Imagine this. You're in a small German town, surrounded by dense forests, where the silence is interrupted. Everything seems calm, until a child disappears without a trace. And it's not an isolated case. In the heart of Germany, unexplained disappearances have puzzled authorities, families, and investigators for decades. In this video, we'll reveal 5 real cases that defy logic, haunt entire communities, and remain unsolved to this day. Get ready to dive into stories where every detail matters and where the ending simply doesn't exist. But before you start, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. The first case takes place in Flossenbürg, Bavaria, on May 25, 1967. Monika Frischholz, a 12-year-old girl, said goodbye to her mother and told her she was going out to meet someone, but no one knew exactly who this person was. Shortly before Monika left the house, neighbors reported that she had received a note, but the contents were never revealed. Monika disappeared that day as if she had vanished. The police carried out intensive searches, questioned residents, scoured forests, rivers, and caves, but nothing was found. The case was put on hold for more than 50 years, until in 2019, new clues emerged and the police reopened the investigation. Sniffer dogs pointed out an area of interest where excavations were carried out for weeks, but there was no sign of Monika. Many questions came up with this case. Who sent the note? Who did she go to meet? And why, after all this time, does the mystery still remain? The oldest residents still speak her name. The town has never been the same since that day. A dark echo has remained, reminding us that even the most innocent gesture, such as going for a walk, can hide a fatal fate. Fast forward to 2014. The case now is not in Germany, but a German tourist who was on vacation on a sunny beach in Bulgaria. Lars Mittank was enjoying his vacation with friends when, after a fight with soccer fans, he suffered an ear injury. Lars was advised not to take the plane back to Germany and was left alone for a few days. From then on, his behavior changed radically. He started acting paranoid, saying he was being stalked and sending strange messages to his family. On the day of his return flight, he went to Varna Airport, passed through security, but suddenly ran desperately through the terminal, dropped his belongings, jumped a fence, and disappeared into a wooded area. All this was captured by security cameras. Since then, there have been no concrete leads, no credit cards used, no phone calls. What happened to Lars Mittank? Was he really being followed? Theories range from a psychotic break to involvement in organized crime or illegal experiments. But the truth? It's still buried somewhere logic can't reach. Now imagine the scene: a family barbecue in an open field surrounded by woods. Children playing, adults chatting. A moment of tranquility. But within a few minutes, everything turns into a nightmare. On May 2nd, 2015, 5-year-old Inga Gehricke disappeared while searching for sticks for the fire. They were in Stendal, Saxony-Anhalt, a forest region in northern Germany. The search began immediately. Dogs, helicopters, volunteers, hundreds of police officers, but no sign. Not a piece of clothing, not a footprint, nothing. The case was compared to the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, and Inga was dubbed the German Maddie. A suspect was even investigated, a pedophile who lived nearby and hid human bones in his house, but the connection with Inga was never proven. How does a 5-year-old girl disappear in front of dozens of people, in broad daylight, without anyone seeing or hearing anything? Time has passed. The missing person posters have worn out. But Inga's face lives on in the collective memory of a country that refuses to forget. Our fourth case is that of Hilal Ercan, a 10-year-old Turkish girl who disappeared on January 27, 1999, in Hamburg. It was an ordinary afternoon when Hilal went to a bookstore near her home to buy sweets. She was wearing a black jacket and jeans, simple, like any child her age. She had last been seen by a saleswoman in the store, and after that, nothing. The neighborhood where she lived was busy, full of shops and watchful neighbors, but no one saw the moment Hilal disappeared. What makes this case even more disturbing is the silence that surrounded it. At the time, many voices in the Turkish community claimed that if Hilal had been a German girl, she would have received much more attention from the media and the authorities. Years later, the police considered that she may have been abducted by a repeat pedophile, but no solid evidence has emerged. No body, no concrete clues. Hilal's image is still plastered on missing posters, and her family is still waiting for answers that never came. Our fifth and final case in this video begins on a summer evening in 1993 in the city of Trier. Sonja Engelbrecht, 19, was a young university student full of plans for the future. On the evening of April 10th, she went out with friends to a party in Munich. After a few misunderstandings, Sonja decided to walk home alone. She took a streetcar and was later spotted at a subway station at around 2 in the morning. She called a friend to say she was waiting for the last train. And then, she disappeared, without a trace. For years, theories about what could have happened to Sonja were debated on forums, TV shows, and even at criminal conferences. Some believed she was a victim of human trafficking, others that she met the wrong killer at the wrong time. In 2022, almost 3 decades later, parts of a skeleton were found by a hunter in a nearby forest. DNA tests confirmed that they belonged to Sonja. But how did she die? Who took her there? And why did it take almost 30 years for her body to be found? The case was officially closed as an accident, but few people believe this explanation. What happened to Sonja that early morning still remains one of the great black holes of German justice. In common, all these stories have the pain of not knowing, the emptiness of unanswered questions, and the persistent feeling that behind every disappearance there is a hidden truth that may never come to light.